What's up, folks? Welcome to another episode of Watching Paint Dry here on Another Letdown. My name is Zach from Another Letdown Media and the This Is Difficult video game podcast. I will be one of your hosts this evening. Watching Paint Dry is the show where we hang out once a week-ish, and after we should have gone to bed because it's late and we are working professionals and stuff. But we have miniatures that require painting, so we stay up late. And yeah, I've forgotten the whole intro to this thing. There's an old adage, something, if you run out of miniatures to paint, you're gonna die. Brody's helping me. Hi, Broody.
Hey, how's it going?
I'm a little flustered today. We had some camera problems, and we had some dinner didn't agree with me problems before we went live here. So that's why we're running late tonight. So I'm gonna call it right now. It's probably gonna be a short stream because I've got a busy day tomorrow. But we're gonna do the best we can. I am working on various and sundry Jeans Gray, and Broody is continuing to labor under the delusion that anybody's ever going to play the Stormlight Archives game with him.
The RPG's coming out soon. They're working on it. Right now, the minis are just the minis for the minis' sake.
Yeah, and honestly, like, my Crisis Protocol minis are the same. Like, I'm much more likely to play Zombicide or like something else than Crisis Protocol anyway. Not that Crisis Protocol is bad by any means, but it's just like it's not what we're gonna play at my table. Anyway, as with all, we'll dive into that in just a second. As with all the shows that we host here on the Another Letdown Media channel, as well as the This Is Difficult podcast network at large, we believe in civil rights for absolutely everyone and in being as inclusive as possible, so any comments or activity actively working against that goal are not welcome and will not be tolerated. Let's paint. Right. Yes. So, as I was saying, I just find myself a lot more likely to play zombies or Valor right now, which is a project that I haven't talked about publicly, but I do think will be talked about publicly pretty soon. I'm not going to go into detail on what it is, but... So the trick with Jean, I've got one that's an official MCP sculpt and another that is a C27. And C27 is of course Phoenix. I think I'm gonna start there. But she has no base, because her base is this big giant Phoenix thing that Adam graciously printed for me in green. What do we got? I guess I need to pull up a reference photo. I'm way behind here. Good grief.
I've got so many.
You and I and my friend... Oh, sorry, go ahead. What?
No, I was just looking at... So... Brotherwise Games worked with Army Painter.
Yep.
To come out with a set of Stormlight paints that are all supposed to work for the minis here. However, Venli is like all kinds of colors that aren't part of the set. Now they say like for what isn't there that you can mix these colors to get them, but yeah. She's got so many colors that just don't match up well that like I might end up just using the standard Army Painter, not the Stormlight Army Painter.
Yeah.
To get the right colors for stuff. Anyway, sorry, you were about to say something else.
So earlier today, you and my friend Mike and I were having another friend Mike and I were talking on Twitter about favorite Zelda games.
Yes.
And you mentioned Twilight Princess.
Yes.
Which is one of very few that I have not played. What makes it stand out in your mind?
The home's not the right word, environment's not quite the right word, but like the feel for the game. It just has this interesting and unique sort of style and concept that works behind it.
Okay.
Goodness, there's like a specific word that I'm looking for that's not coming to me. Like just yeah, I don't know. But it's a lot of fun. The style's really interesting.
Yeah.
The sort of puzzles, and you have to like do things as the wolf versus as like yourself, or as like the human. That leads to some interesting interactions with the world. Just overall, like, is just really well designed. In terms of like gameplay and puzzles, and the dungeons are like memorable and fun, and the combat's great. Fun fact: Link is left-handed.
Yes.
But when they released Twilight Princess originally, they released it on the Wii,
and which necessitated hand swapping it because most players are
right-handed. Yes,
right-handed. Yeah.
So like the entire game is like flip-flopped, and like the entire map is switched and everything else from like Ocarina of Time, which is like kind of it's the sequel to.
Is it really?
Kind of, yeah. I mean, I guess it's not a sequel, but it's like kind of follows that timeline.
Interesting. Majora is of the 3D Zelda games. Majora is my favorite, and my favorite like appearance of Link is Fierce Deity Link. But in terms of like gameplay and aesthetic and whatnot, I gotta go with either Link's Awakening or A Link to the Past.
Yes, both are good.
Both are extremely good. I've been neck deep in, well, Helldivers mostly, but
spreading democracy.
I am spreading democracy the only way I know how, by making Paul and Mark Tool do most of it for me. No, I've been having a lot of fun with that. But I've been playing Samus Returns because I'm a giant parody of myself, and I have to be playing a Metroid game all the time. And I'm on this... Did you ever play that one?
No. Metroid Prime and Metroid Dread are like the only Metroid games I've played.
Gotcha. So, Samus Returns is kind of proto-Dread. It is Mercury Steam. It's the same people who did it, but it's for 3DS, which makes it inherently a little bit odd and like very hand crampy. Like the 3DS, for all its groundbreakingness, which is not a word, but you know what I mean. For all the cool technology that's in it, it was not designed with hands in mind. My hands just basically immediately fall asleep as soon as I pick up the console.
Yeah.
And it's... I'm on this boss, and it's like, why does Metroid have this strange fixation on giant autonomous robot drills? Because this boss is really stupid hard, and it's just like this crazy ramp up from all the Metroids that I've been fighting. Like the plot of Metroid 2 is exterminate the Metroids, which has never sat well with me. Not much for Xenocide, especially after reading the Ender's Game Quartet. But like, you know, fine, I'll go along with it for story purposes. And this like in the original Metroid 2, there wasn't a giant robot fight. There was just Metroids. And now suddenly I'm fighting like Shaq Tool on crack. No way. It just made me angry. because it just doesn't have any. There's no point.
But I've selected the colors that I want to use. Oh, actually, some painting.
I'm loving, like, I printed these paint racks that you can kind of now see in front of me. I turned my camera a little bit. I love that they're all at eye level. All I have to do is look straight forward. I have to rifle through boxes at my feet. I don't have to rifle through anything. I've always really been a huge fan of Jean Grey's green costume.
Because the Phoenix costume?
The Phoenix costume, yeah.
Yes.
It's just a neat use of color. I took my daughter to the store I used to work at today for the first time.
How'd that go?
She was not impressed. It was loud.
Understandable.
She doesn't particularly love loud. Despite being occasionally noisy herself. I think she likes to be in control of the volume, and I respect that very much. Yes, okay. Let's come back. I tried to get my Nomad going this week.
Your Nomad?
Yeah, I got the Sega Nomad for my birthday, and because my wife is a rock star, and so I bought some. The Nomad. The biggest problem with it is it doesn't have. Well, it didn't come with a battery. You had to buy the battery pack separately, and the battery pack was exactly that. It was a holder that could contain 6 AA's. And lasted about half an hour if you were lucky. But more modern.
It's supposed to be a portable game system?
It's a portable Genesis.
But it didn't come with a battery.
Correct.
You have to get a separate battery for the portable system.
Correct.
That just seems incredibly counterintuitive.
Yeah, well done, Sega. But here we are. So modernly, you can. There's a dude in Texas who 3D prints and has custom circuitry for a USB-C charging battery for the Nomad.
Okay.
So I bought one almost immediately. Not very expensive. Very nice. Of course, I bought it on eBay because that's the only way he sells it. And okay, fair enough. Makes it convenient. But so it arrived. I plugged it in before the batteries arrived, just to see what would happen, which was probably stupid. But immediately it started. There's an LED indicator on it, and it started oscillating between red and green. And I looked at the error codes. I'm just for curiosity's sake. I'm like, that's not listed. I bet you that's just because there's no batteries in it. So the batteries arrived on Monday, I think. And I start puttering with it, put the batteries in, and it starts doing the same thing. I'm like, okay, that can't be good. So I emailed the guy. I'm like, hey, just seeing this error code. I don't know what it means. If you want to just clarify for me, maybe I'm just stupid. And he's like, nope, it's actually broken. I'll send you a new one right away. And I'm like, this is exactly my luck. Like, but it's not very often that you have a immensely just unilaterally positive experience on eBay. So
Yeah.
big shout out to Laser Bear Industries. Like that dude is doing good work out there. I appreciate it greatly. Next up for the Nomad, once the new battery mod gets here and it gets working, and next up for the Nomad is there's a dude. Hey, what's up, Blink? It is kombucha time, and I'm thirsty. Cheers. GT's Kombucha, not a sponsor. Dave, you've lost out. But I'm gonna keep giving you money because your stuff is delicious. Peach Paradise today, Blink. Yeah, I got there's a dude called Oleg Endo out on Twitter somewhere.
Oh.
And allegedly he has a like proper IPS drop-in kit for the Nomad, which I would love to install at some point too, but we'll burn that bridge when we cross it. Okay. I think, and maybe this is dumb, no, I'm gonna go with standard black. This is not the time for Max Darth. This is the time for regular, run-of-the-mill, black. My wife also picked me up a signed copy of Alan Alda's book, which I'm reading professionally right now. It's called If I Understood You, Would I Have This Look on My Face?
Okay.
It's a study on it. It's a bunch of studies about communication. And it's like, normally that sounds incredibly dry and awful, but it's one of the best books I've ever read on the subject. So much so that I'm even going to send it to my professors from college.
So were you getting all that whirring noise from my...
Your shaker?
Yeah.
Negatory, Honcho.
Okay, good.
Ugh. I've forgotten how much pain it is to paint things without a paint handle. So, Blink, what have you gotten yourself up to this week, my dude? We had our school play this week.
What did they put on?
Alice in Wonderland. We had a lot of fun with it. Oh, that might help. The AV equipment we used was all donated by a local. Lots of arm pain. Local AV guy. He brought in like 6K worth of equipment and just let us use it, which was really dope. It's nice working with proper AV equipment again.
Yeah.
A lot of stuff I hadn't seen. A lot of the quality stuff I hadn't seen since college. And yeah, it was just nice to be back in it. Of course, my chief audio technician, as far as the students are concerned, got COVID and had to miss the performances, but we got it. Everything was fine. Blink, what on earth do you have arm pain from? That's no bueno. Right elbow and shoulder muffed up, huh? I think I'm going to get the printer going this week.
Where you got to print?
Well, I found STLs. Don't tell Games Workshop, but I found STLs of all the Chaos Dwarfs that I'm missing.
Nice.
Which is not very many. I am missing a couple of... I got one of them in front of me. A couple of these bad boys, these bad Larrys. Giant guns, blunderbussman, and I am missing a hobgoblin bolt thrower, or two. I might print two of those because they're cheap. Tennis elbow and shoulders left over from an old injury. Boy, am I familiar with leftover from old injuries. I tell you what, Blank. I have a recurring track and field injury that plagues me almost daily. Alright, yellow time. Gag me with a drumstick. I'm gonna go with the sunshine yellow. Yeah, I'll mix them together, I think. It's probably the best option. Yeah. Just give me a little bit of this. Epicondylitis. There's a word. How are the monkeys, Broody?
They're good.
Yeah?
We've been kind of in a slow spot recently. So, haven't really, it's been mostly just catching up on computer data and stuff, not, doing anything, so...
Nothing earth-shattering, huh?
Yeah.
I did speak to, I spoke to the baboon, kind of at length the other day, and I'll speak to him again on Thursday, but I did speak to our other monkey, the purple one. He's all bent out of shape about one thing or another. And I was like, bro, I am not in any kind of a position to give you any kind of information on the thing that you are currently been out of shape about because people have entrusted me with things, and I'm not going to break that trust. Rest assured that when all is said and done, you'll get what you're looking for. He's being a little wiener. Basically is the long and short of it. But here we are.
What's he trying to finagle?
Basically, he is upset because last year part of our payment for Gen, or part of regular citizen payment, was a free copy of the games you demo. Now, Greg is upset for one reason or another that he has not been promoted to sidekick. The reality of the situation was we promoted Alex because Alex is, responsible.
Mm-hmm.
And it's not that Greg isn't. It's just Alex was in the right place at the right time, just like any of us who've been promoted to sidekick. But Greg thinks he deserves. I don't know. It's a whole thing. I don't really want to speak about it on the air.
But that's fine.
But the thing that Greg's mostly upset about is he hasn't got his copy of the free game that he's supposed to get. And I don't really have an answer. Nobody really has an answer for him. If we did, we'd tell him, Oops.
Need to get a smaller brush now.
Isn't that always the way?
Mm-hmm.
Speaking of the way,
yep.
Have you seen the trailer for The Acolyte?
Yeah.
I don't watch trailers as a general statement.
Mm-hmm.
It sounds like it's pre-Phantom Menace.
Yeah, it's High Republic era.
Yeah, all right. I'll watch it eventually. I really just want more Andor.
Yeah. I can't wait for season 2 of that.
I really did enjoy Ahsoka, by the way. With absolutely no context preceding, I really, really dug that show. I was more interested in Sabine than Ahsoka. But I think that's by intention. Like, she's the audience surrogate character there.
Yeah.
And I like that. Is there room to grow and room to improve? Yes. But I feel like that's how a season 1 ought to be. Like, Mandalorian, unfortunately, did it wrong. Mando peaked season 1.
Mm-hmm.
And that sucks. But I do feel like I'm a little burnt out on Star Wars content that involves Jedi. Like, give me something else.
That was what Andor was really great about.
Yeah. Andor, like, what I really want, and I know I will never ever get, is a straight up adaptation of the Rogue Squadron books.
Mm-hmm.
That was my favorite Star Wars literature when I was a kid. It's like pilot stuff is what I'm most fascinated about.
Well, it is a shame that they canceled Patty Jenkins' Rogue Squadron.
I heard they relaunched it. Like, it might actually come out after all.
Oh, that'd be a welcome sight.
Yeah, but I also feel like they're gonna screw it up. Like
Probably.
I don't care. Like the worst part of Rogue Squadron, as much as he's the central character, he's again the audience surrogate character, is Corran Horn. He is the worst
Hmm.
part of that book because he's a Jedi. I don't care about him anymore.
Yeah.
I just want. Hell, I want the Ewok pilot to exist that Wes Jensen made up. I want to see the Gamorrean pilot, Piggy. I want to see Gavin Darklighter. Like, there were some awesome characters in that corner of the universe. They got into, I mean, like, Ahsoka got into Dathomir stuff, which was really cool. Did not see that coming.
You get like at least other Force traditions other than Jedi.
Yes, that made me very happy. But also, like, there's one of the pilots in Rogue Squadron or Wraith Squadron, I think, is a witch, or has witchy ties. I'm like, that's interesting. Now that's interesting. Because she wasn't out there to be. She didn't care about being force sensitive. It was just part of who she was.
Yeah.
Which of course begs the question: how many people out there in the universe are force sensitive and just don't give a crap?
Yeah. That is a good question. It is a non-zero number.
Oh, absolutely. I guarantee that half the pod racers are force sensitive and don't know it. One of these days I gotta go back and watch Phantom Menace again. Like it's such a black mark on my, like when I went to see it. Have you ever seen the show Spaced with Simon Pegg?
No.
No. He gets into a hilarious argument with a kid at a comic book store who comes in wanting Phantom Menace junk. He's like, "You weren't there. You don't deserve this. This is bad. Blah blah blah," and gets himself fired for it, of course. And he talks about, look, boss man, when the Phantom Menace came out, I almost burned all my Star Wars stuff because it was just such a drop in quality. And while I see that as true, it's like the drop in quality has just gotten so much more egregious over the years that I'm wondering if Phantom Menace actually is okay at this point.
Like so many people are now like prequel apologists and defenders and stuff.
I think it was Adam the other day that said Star Wars did not need sequels or prequels or anything. It didn't need to be a franchise, and here we are. Oh my god, I love this TT Combat paint. It just flows on. There's no glopping. It's so smooth. There was recently a poll, I don't remember who did it, probably just some YouTube channel, ranking the best yellows and whites. TT Combat absolutely topped the chart on yellow. And I can see why. This is just so much easier than Citadel.
I cannot get a good spot to see this piece. And,
One of those situations where they didn't have painting in mind when they sculpted it.
mm-hmm.
Take care, Blink. Alright, now let's hold it by the hair and finish this up. So I was very pleasantly surprised by that game we played the other day.
Oh, the April Fool's one?
Yeah, that ended up actually being quite hilarious. And I'm actually looking forward to playing the rest of it, assuming that someone threatens to make us do it by donating on Arkham Stream. It was just funny enough to work.
Yeah. It definitely had its moments.
I'm glad we didn't pay for it. But
Yes. That is a plus.
dropping before. Oh, okay. Alright. Move over. Ah! Come put you down the wrong tube. That's violent.
Yeah.
That was a noise. You
My
alright?
dropper model like exploded.
Oh no!
Not bad. It was like shake it up, shake it up, shake it up, and then I went to unscrew it, and it was like at the top.
Oh, okay. Not full detonation then.
No. It's not like the dropper like popped off, but it like volcanoed after shaking.
Yeah.
There's be a problem with the metallic paints.
Yeah, that's what I'm noticing. Maybe they have to use a different medium or something.
Yeah, because they do tend to be runnier than.
Yeah.
So SC Comic Con last week was really fun.
Yeah, it looked it. That commission you pulled of Rogue Gambit, holy moly, dude.
Yeah, that was really awesome and exciting.
And expensive.
Very much so.
Like, Jesus Christmas. I have a couple of good original pieces that I'm very, very proud of, but nothing by an artist of that caliber. I shouldn't say that. An artist of that renown. Let's put it that way.
That is a much better way to say that.
Because I do feel that the artists that I commissioned are top tier, even if they're not pulling top tier work all the time. You and I both are big fans of Rich Woodall's work on the Turtles, and I got him
not
to
to be
do.
like not to be somewhat sycophantic or anything, but like Adam's capability of just being able to emulate different styles
Oh my
and
god!
like
Right?
his skill is just like awesome.
Yeah, exactly. And of course, I've I have lots of commissions from him.
Yeah, same here.
Paul, his brother, often says, "Well, we're just subject to the Ribitaro family curse. If we want something drawn, we just ask. He does it."
Yeah.
But we often have to wait a while on that one. All right, let's go. Yeah, I think that'll work. Oh, actually, do I want this one? Yeah, I do. Other than the black, there has not been a single stock color on this mini, and I am absolutely here for it. Oh wow, Brown just absolutely dominated that orange. I'll tell you, it was nice to walk into the comic book store today and not spend a bunch of money on paint.
That's always good.
Because they don't have what I'm using anymore. That's, well, not true at all because I still have a ton of Citadel, but...
That's not primarily what you're using.
Right. Although when I do the Chaos Dwarfs, I'm probably going to do those off stream because they're incredibly boring to watch, but... I will be using Citadel because that's what I have used traditionally. Come on, orange, punch through that. Not quite. Having the hardest time mixing up her hair color. It's not a straight orange. I mean, obviously the highlight coats will be, but actually maybe that's just where we go with this. This orangey. Fix it in post. Yeah, that'll work. I don't know why this. I don't know why I haven't attached this one to the paint handle. This one, I do have a base on.
Just a smidge.
Oh, that looks good. So what's new in the world of the Marvel Champions game? What's good?
They just released Age of Apocalypse.
Okay.
Which is a lot of fun. I've only played the first 2 scenarios in it.
Okay.
So that is Unis the Untouchable and the 4 Horsemen of Apocalypse is the second scenario.
Nice. Were there heroes with that pack?
Yes, Magic and Bishop.
That's right.
And both of them are pretty fun.
Nice. That is always good to hear. We did not finish Hemlock Vale, although we came close. For Arkham.
What scenarios did you do?
We did a ton of them.
So our first scenario, like day 1, was the bog, the Cranberry Bog.
Oh, we didn't do that one.
And then our second scenario was like the Forest in the Night trying to find Birdie.
That one we did.
Our day 2 was the crystallized house.
Okay, I don't think we
like
did
the
that
pearls. I think their name was.
Maybe
Night
we did.
Night 2 was the farmhouse with the sacrifices.
Yeah, that one was really
Awesome.
hard.
Did you
win?
Was a great scenario. What?
We did not win that one.
We did. We did pretty good on that one. And then the one we did this morning was day 3, which was the Hemlock House.
Okay.
And
yeah, the
then
long night was like brutal.
Mm-hmm.
Sammy and I did some research too. Like it is essentially a scripted death because the reward is not good. Like even if you win outright, the reward is not good.
In what?
Longest Night.
Yeah, I liked the design of that.
Oh, it was a brilliant design. We loved it.
With like the 4 spokes and you're trying to keep everyone alive.
Mm-hmm.
I happened to like right at the beginning get the horse.
Okay, so you got dumb luck then.
Yeah, and so like I had the horse as Bobby Jenkins, so I was just running around like just the entire area doing what we needed to do to place traps and stuff.
See, that's really good. I was running as Katie, and
yeah.
I was our trap person, and I was not efficient at it. The reality of the
Um,
situation is she's great at getting clues and keeping them and juggling them around, but she's not good at having to use them for other things.
Yeah. We were also thinking of how hilarious it would have been if like in terms of a card for that particular scenario, if you brought barricade with you,
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
it's like sit in the center thing, you just set it up and enemies can't get into your thing, and then you just wait out the encounter deck.
Yep. Exactly. Barricade is absolutely busted in that scenario.
But it's like a card that doesn't get to see much play, so it's like,
Oh, I cut it almost in scenario 2.
oh
And I
yeah,
was like kicking myself. Because I had it.
uh-huh.
Didn't. Because we definitely put it in my initial deck as a joke. You know how that phase in deck building where you're just like, yeah, this is a stupid card, but I'm running it because I need something to fill this slot.
Yeah, and then it's like you plan to upgrade it out.
Yeah. I love my deck though.
Mm-hmm.
It's so good. You saw it. I posted it when I made it.
Yeah.
But yeah, we ended up having to mulligan quite a few scenarios, just due to rules misunderstanding.
Yeah, there's a lot of complicated rule interactions in.
Yeah, we don't love that. Generally speaking, we afford ourselves one mulligan per campaign.
Mm-hmm.
There were at least 3 scenarios where we were like, we actually did not understand that, and we need to mulligan that.
Yeah, that campaign, like while the scenarios are fun, the writing and like narrative structure part of it was definitely lacking.
Yeah, you can tell it's not the A list.
Yeah.
Honestly, I like as much as I love Arkham Card Game, I'd be okay if they just let it wind down a little bit. You know? Let people catch up. Let products get back in stock. Release stuff when you know you have something to say.
The sculpt on this model was not outstanding, and it's making it difficult to paint and make it look good.
Yep. Where have I heard that before, Gotham City Chronicles?
I will say, like, I enjoy a lot of these Brotherwise Games minis from for the Stormlight Archive, but some of them there's just not as clear-cut definition that you need on a model.
Yep.
On the mini to paint well. But then some of them there are like it's not consistent among the sets. Which, like, if you're looking at the like 3D models that they have, because they have like the character painting guides online, so you can
Yeah.
they give you good wraparounds of the painted full 3D model.
Yep.
And they look outstanding, but it like doesn't translate, I guess, when you shrink it down to the miniature size for a lot of them.
Fit check here. Okay, that looks pretty dang dope.
That's looking really good.
Yeah, I'm actually really happy with that. I did the hair on her counterpart here, so they actually match. And similarly,
That's the Crisis Protocol version?
that is the Crisis Protocol version, yes.
Oh, okay. I didn't see the like pain in the butt bass part for her, so
Yeah. That was
but
it was
yeah.
a dumb base. I still haven't figured out how I'm gonna paint it, but it just doesn't make any sense. Like,
Uh-huh.
it's just not really what her business looks like in the comics.
I had to get an extra pair of hands to help me when I was like gluing that together because I was like, I don't have enough fingers to like put them all in the right spots to hold everything together to paint to glue it.
I will say, plastic cement came up clutch.
Uh-huh.
Because it literally like fuses this stuff together.
Yeah.
Makes holding it almost unnecessary.
How long does it take to go into effect?
Seconds. Yes.
What's up?
Bruins slaughtered the Penguins. That feels good.
Mm-hmm. Penguins suck.
Or more specifically, Sidney Crosby sucks. And the Penguins therefore suck as a response. Or as a words. All right. There is. How pale do I want to go with her? I guess I want a little bit of room. Highlight. I'm gonna spend the rest of the night doing makeup. Yay! As if I haven't had to do enough random people's makeup this week. Badly, I might add. I don't know how to do makeup. That's the problem with being the male advisor on the school play.
Mm-hmm.
Some of the boys feel more comfortable with a guy touching their face.
Yeah.
Which, yeah, okay, I get it. But I don't know what I'm doing.
Sandals.
What is it?
I'm painting sandals.
Oh. I thought you said... Actually, I don't know what you said. What I thought you said. Not that.
So it's like lots of strips of like leather around the feet and stuff. So
Yeah.
the tedious process.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not ecstatically pleased with this model. Like this is definitely just like a table ready model,
Yeah.
not like a like higher class one that I normally get done.
Yeah.
But like I said, a lot of that also falls into the quality of the actual mini to start with, not necessarily
Right.
just the things that go onto it.
All right. Enough fighting with it. I'm going to a smaller size brush.
Brown.
That's kind of like very much where I fall. Is like I let the mini tell me what sort of paint job, what sort of caliber I'm going with. Like this is a higher caliber right away than Cleo was. Cleo was good. I was happy with it. Better than table ready for sure. But is it the best work I've ever done? No. And you're right, part of that comes down to the sculpt. There was a lot going on in that mini.
That was probably a bit much, but okay.
Man, what a difference when you get good flow out of your paint.
Mm-hmm.
Alright, that's going well. Marvel. Oh yeah, gotta do her eyebrows. Do I have to do her eyebrows on this one? Maybe a little bit. Might as well do it while I have that paint mixed up, though.
No, not doing that.
Oh my gosh. Okay.
What's up?
I'm about to do something colossally stupid.
Okay. What's that?
Eyeshadow.
Hmm.
This is going to be a
Good luck.
nightmare. Well, somehow I did it.
Eyeshadow?
Yeah, it worked. It's just barely noticeable, but it is there. Why are you so high? Oh, because it's in the middle.
There's the water. Oops, sorry.
please.
It is quarter till midnight.
Yep.
Like I said, I finished the wash, so I don't think I'm going to start up a new mini.
No, I'm almost done here. Just trying to. Oh dear. Trying not to drop my brushes on the floor. Sorry, RPD. Ugh. I've messed up her face colossally. This is going to take some repair work. Oh, not actually that bad. You save the day with one brush stroke. Yeah, I think I'm just going to slap a wash on this and we'll be out of here. Actually, I wonder if maybe I should glue this to the Phoenix before I wash it. No. capacitor. I'm worried about holding the mini while I try and apply a wash. I'm gonna have to wait for it to dry. So I think the correct answer is hold off. I want to try one thing real fast though. I don't know what this is gonna do. That's better. What do you think?
Looks outstanding.
Cool. And I did get a start on this one as well. She's not anywhere near as far along, but
yeah.
That'll be a project for next time. All right. Well, I think that's as good a place as any to wrap it up. We will complete these minis either over the course of the next week or on stream. I intend to finish this on stream. This is one I've been waiting for quite a long time on. I should be back on Monday. I'm hoping. Don't know if it'll be Circus Electrique or something else. I as much as I love that game, it's becoming a bit of a grind fest, and I don't love that. So we'll see. We'll see where we're at with that. And yeah, so now that the play's over, regular streaming should resume Mondays, Fridays, and Saturdays. Broody, this is always a good time, man. Thank you for waiting and being patient as my computer decided to have a connection this afternoon. So
not a problem. Understandable. It happens.
It does. It sure does. Especially, I mean, my computer is in dire need of just being pulled out of the cabinet and rewired and a whole bunch of stuff anyway. So anyway, take care, everybody. Have a wonderful couple of days. Tune into This Is Difficult. Oh no, we're not broadcasting tomorrow. We're just having a meeting. This Is Difficult is coming back. I promise. The podcast. So stay tuned for that. Have a good night. Be safe. Be well. We'll talk to you soon. Bye.
See ya.